Hi everyone, Justine from Whitsundays Pilates here, and I'm bringing you a 20-minute mobility routine specifically designed for you runners out there. So what do I mean by that? We are going to be looking into opening out through the chest, our shoulder extension and flexion, then coming down into our hips. Obviously we need really good hip mobility in order to be able to have the best performance. If your hips are restricted, then you can't generate the same sort of power, movement, and results. So, for this workout, all you're going to need is to have a pillow handy, and if you do have a long band, then great. Otherwise, you could just grab hold of a longer sort of towel, roll it up so that you can use it. It's just for an overhead movement. I hope that you enjoy this workout. Stay consistent with it. Start to reap the results. Enjoy. Take it easy. Okay then, so for all of my runners out there, we are going to get prepared for this 20-minute mobility session. We're just going to start top, working all of our way down, and I want everyone just up on your knees to start with. 60 seconds each exercise, 20 exercises. So starting off with our neck cars, you want to have your hands pinned against your legs. Let's start to bring the forehead down towards the chest. And then begin to roll around to the right as if you're trying to get your right ear to your right shoulder. Lift up and over the top. Left ear to left shoulder. And then you bring your right ear back down as you rotate through. Bring it all the way around. Up and over. Left and down. And then we'll just swap directions. So coming around to the left first. Up and over to the right, rotate the left ear down and through. Beautiful, last one, taking your time, coming all the way around, back down to the middle, and then gently bringing your head to a neutral position. Beautiful, now let's get into our shoulder cars. So, bringing your palms out in front of you, we're going to start to lift the arms up. When you can't lift the arms up any further with the palms facing the ceiling, then we start to find that rotation through the shoulders. Really nice big sweep. What you're aiming for is to bring the back of your hand through next to the body. Back of the hand to back of the hand. Reach out through those fingertips. This is your full internal rotation of the shoulders. And now start to come back. Don't be tempted to lean forward. Stay nice and strong through the body. We're trying to isolate our shoulders, rotating through until the palms of your hands face the ceiling again. And we'll just reach all the way back. Beautiful. Holding out, reaching out through those fingers. And resting back in. Now just come down, knee your bum to the back of your ankles. We're going to do some kneeling windmills. So right hand to left knee, then drive your left elbow up, reach and rotate. Folding in, dive over to the right hand side, drive your right elbow up, your chest is really lifting, reach, rotate. Folding in and across. Keep coming, drive, reach, rotate. Folding in and across. Really drive up. Feel yourself lifting that chest like it's trying to follow your fingertips. Try to keep the tension out of your neck. So think really soft neck. Don't try and force it round to follow your fingertips. Just keep going side to side. Really opening up through our chest and also the thoracic. So really great for your posture here. Back to the center. And then grab hold of your band or your towel, whichever you have prepared. We're just going to do some banded dislocates. So with the band straight out in front of you, you're going to start to bring that up and over the body, all the way to the back, and then go up and over again. Doesn't matter if this is a towel or a band, you just hold it in the same position, coming up and over. If it feels nice and easy, then just move your hands in a little bit closer and challenge yourself a bit more. Really think about isolating the shoulders, lifting up, up and over. Nice and soft in your neck. Beautiful. You don't want your shoulders to be hunching. So don't want to feel like they're coming up towards your ears. Beautiful. And then just really push out behind you. Last couple of seconds. Awesome. And we're going to drop that band down. Coming into a yogi squat position or a deep squat. So bringing your right leg out to 45 degrees. Pop your hands down. Bring your left leg out and then sink the bum down. The chest comes up. So I'm just going to turn sideways to show you this. You're going to reach your hands to the back of your ankles. Head is coming down and your bum is coming up, straightening out your leg. And now the bum comes down. The chest lifts to look forward. Really open out. Use your knees to spread, use your elbows to spread your knees out even further. So head down, bum up, straighten. Bum down, chest lifts, really open. Keep coming through. Just straightening out. Really good for the hammies, for your hips, for your spine. Just a nice feeling here. Awesome. So staying in this nice deep squat or yogi squat position, we're going to do some falls. So the right hand is going to come to the back behind the right hip and you allow both knees to fall down. And then we just push off the hand, coming back into yogi and switch sides. So I'll just show you from the front. Left hand down, knees fall down. Drive up, over, right hand down, and the knees come down. So we're really opening up through the hips here. If you're feeling good in this position, start trying to do it with no hands. You've got to really drive through those hips, coming up and round. Trying to create the smoothest motion that you can. Drive through the heels. Keep your chest nice and high. Pushing round. Beautiful, last one. Back to the center. And we're going to do some yogi squat into an ankle roll over. So from this position, you're going to allow your knees to come down and you can pop your hands down for this one. Then come onto the top of your back foot. Lean back, lift up your knees slightly. Roll forward, hands down, feet come out wide. And then we spiral back into that nice deep squat. Hands up to the chest. And again, hands down, knees, top of the foot, lift up. Coming forward, feet wide, spiral the knees around to the outside, and then lift the chest. Again, this is one, if you're feeling really good in this position, then you can start to do it without putting your hands down. Challenge your balance. See what you can do. Really nice for your ankles, for your toes. Beautiful. Okay, let's come forward now onto our forearms. And we're going to get into this pelvis, finding our full posterior and anterior tilt of the pelvis. So all of your back and your spine stays really nice and still. Just start to really tuck your tailbone up towards your belly button. That's your posterior tilt. And now holding your lower back still, start to roll the pelvis all the way back into your full anterior. Coming back through to posterior and then through to anterior. I always remember this because anterior, more like an antelope, and then posterior, more like a possum shape through the back. Keep coming through. Awesome. Just pop yourself up into your hand. You want your hands directly underneath your shoulders, chest lifted, abs lifted. Pick up your right knee. We're coming into some hip cars in this all fours or quadruped position. So drive the knee up to the chest. Start to scoop up like you're doing a fire hydrant, all the way around the back, and drop the knee down behind your other leg. You're trying to keep everything from the base of your spine up into the top of your spine really nice and still. Drive all the way up and around. Really scoop. We're trying to find our greatest range of movement through our hip joint, little donkey kick, keep the abs in. And again, drive it all the way up, fire hydrant, scoop around the back, the knee drops down. Drive back up, all the way around, underneath the chest, and through for a little donkey. Beautiful. We're just going to change sides. So keep the chest lifted like you're lifting up out of your hands. Start driving the left knee up to the chest. Lift up for your big fire hydrant, spreading through the hips. Scoop around the back. Keep the spine really still. Dropping your knee down. Drive back up. All the way around. Underneath the chest. And hold those abs in. Support your lower spine as you come into your hip extension. Donkey. Keep coming. Driving up. Really open out. Scoop around. Knee comes down. Drive back up. Really scoop. You should feel that it's slightly uncomfortable. That's where we want to be. Nice, strong donkey kick here. And coming down. Beautiful. We're going to get into some shoulder dips. So your hands are going to come nice and wide on either side of your mat. And exactly what it sounds like, we're going to start to dip our right shoulder down towards the floor. Look to the left, bending the left elbow, and look up to over your left shoulder. Come all the way through the center over to the other side. Left shoulder dips, look over your right shoulder. And just keep flowing through. Exhale as you dip. Inhale through the center. Just keep dipping. Really good one for stretching out through your pecs, through the front of your shoulder, even down into the biceps. Really nice stretch. Awesome. Now we're going to come all the way down onto your mat. So just lower yourself nice and gently. You're going to bring your left arm out to the side and then look over to the right. And we're going to lift up our right leg and roll all the way over. So really roll onto that straight arm and then come back through. The right arm comes out, push off the left. Bringing the left leg up and over. Keep rolling through side to side. Scorpion rolls. These ones again, really good full body movement. We're not only opening up and stretching out those pec muscles, which could limit your ability to extend through your shoulder if they're tight, but we're also getting spinal mobility. We're opening up our hips. Beautiful. So, lying on our side now, and we're going to get into some side lying hip curls. If you have a pillow handy, then you can just pop it under. Otherwise, you could also use a block, something underneath your head. So reaching out to the side, hold the hands together and push the top arm away, pull the underneath arm towards you, lifting up your top leg. And we're just going to start to drive the knee all the way up to the chest. Then lift, spread through the hips, spiraling the knee down behind your other leg. Try not to let your hips rock backwards. Now drive all the way back up. Really scoop around that hip joint to the chest and through for a little donkey kick. Again, support that lower spine. Got time for one more. Drive it all the way up. Lift, lift, lift. Scooping around and drop down. Beautiful. All the way around, back to the chest and through for that little donkey. Now you're going to bring your underneath leg out a little bit forward just to help with stability. Hips are still stacked. Let's lift up our top leg. You're going to keep it straight now. Really push, pull with the arms. Drive that leg all the way up to the chest without rounding in your lower back. And now lift up through your hips. Lift, lift, lift. And start to bring the leg down behind your other leg. Try to make sure your hips don't rock backwards. And now drive all the way back up again and around in front of the chest. And as you're coming through for this sweep, watch for the lower back arching. Let's get one more in. Nice quick one. Drive it up. Open up to the top, all the way around. Down behind the other leg. Scooping up, round to the chest. Through for a little sweep. Beautiful. All we're going to do is switch sides. So, coming into the other side. Again, find your push-pull. And we're going to start to drive the other leg straight up to the chest. We're bending first. Then lift up through your hips. And start to spiral the knee down behind your other leg. Beautiful. All the while, you really freeze your hips and your lower back into the same position. Drive around to the chest, through for that donkey kick. Hold steady. And again, drive it all the way up, 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 up. Lift through those hips. Spiral down behind. Beautiful. All the way back up. Around to the chest. And through for a little donkey sweep. Beautiful. Let's bring those legs out straight now. Same deal. Now just with a straight leg. So we start to drive the leg up towards the chest, but don't allow your lower back to round. So be really disciplined and then lift up through that top hip and start to spiral around behind the other leg. Beautiful. When you get down, then we come straight back up. Scooping around your hip joint. Don't allow your lower back to start to round. Stay disciplined. We're working on our range of movement in our hip. We don't want the lower back to get involved. Beautiful. Driving back up. Really lift, lift, lift. Scoop around the back. Tap down. And then coming all the way back up. And over. Through for a little sweep. Beautiful. Pushing yourselves up. We're going to come into a straddle position. So we want the legs out nice and wide, but you don't want to be rounding in your lower back. So really straighten out through your lower back. If you have to, bring the legs in a little bit narrower. Beautiful. Let's cross the hands on top of the elbow. Lean forward. Again, not rounding in the lower back. And we're going to start to roll over to the right leg. Come up the right leg. Back down. Roll all the way through to the left leg. Coming up. And back down. And through again. All the way through. Up. Down. Roll through. Really getting into those hamstrings. Push the chest forward. Try not to round in the lower back. Beautiful. Back to the center. We're going to bring the legs straight out in front of us for an L sit position. Creating a letter L with our body. And we're going to start to drive our feet up and down. So stay sitting up nice and tall. Really disciplined. Lifting one leg up. Then the other. Working on our hip flexor strength here. Stay disciplined. Really don't allow that lower back to round. If you have to, put your hands on your lower back to make sure that you are not cheating and rounding into your lower back. Nice and open through your chest. Stay sitting up tall. Scoop the abs in and lift, lift, lift. Keep coming. Keep pulling up. Beautiful. So close. Nice. So, going to finish off doing our ankles. Left leg out long. Let's pick up the right knee. Left arm is going to scoop underneath and hold on to the right arm. Beautiful. With your right foot, now gas pedal down. Move the foot into midline. Bring it up and out. So the biggest square that you can possibly create. Really finding those dusty corners in the ankles. and moving around. Let's change direction, coming out, up, then in and down. Really struggle for that, not struggle, but stretch for that ultimate movement in your hip. Pushing around that square. The reason we're holding the knee is because we don't want the knee to get involved. We want this ankle to be purely isolated. Pop that leg down. Now let's pick up the left hand on left knee. Reach underneath. This is your choke hold. So sit up nice and tall. Gas pedal down. Moving the foot into midline. Up and out. Try not to let the knee get involved. Coming down and in, up and out, down and in, up and out. Let's change direction. Coming in and down, out and up, in, down, out, up. Beautiful. Keep coming round. Awesome. Feels so good. Just exploring those corners of the ankle joint. Almost there. Awesome. So we're all done with our runner's mobility, 20 minutes. I'd really like you to try this out, either before you're going for a run, or you could do it on your in-between days from running. I'd recommend trying to do it at least 2 or 3 times a week, and start to see if your performance in your running becomes enhanced. Obviously this isn't a one-trick pony. You've got to stay consistent with moving these joints, increasing their range of movement, increasing the strength in them to consistently produce a better performance. So I hope that helps all of my runners out there. If you did like that workout, then please hit the like button and please subscribe to my channel. I am always bringing out fresh content for you. Okay, have a wonderful day. Thank you. Bye.